Even though the EV revolution was started by luxury and performance models as well as SUVs, true car enthusiasts are most interested in electric off-road vehicles. The combination of silent power and immense torque from electric motors could do wonders on the trail, and that is why all-terrain models are probably the most sought-after EV premieres. The reason for such hype regarding off-road vehicles lies in the construction of these models. Electric motor powering each wheel, low center of gravity with batteries in the floor, and special suspension allowing maximum vehicle articulation provide drivers with incredible off-road performance. All of that results in an impressive off-road capabilities and pushes the envelope even further by doing something conventional ICE-powered vehicles cannot. Of course, although insanely capable and cool, off-road EVs are not perfect, and there's still the issue of limited range and bulky batteries. But even with those limitations, dedicated all-terrain and battery-powered vehicles are genuinely revolutionizing the off-road community in ways we couldn't even imagine. Today, we will present to you 5 upcoming electric off-road beasts and why they are a significant and influential part of the EV scene. The revival of the Hummer nameplate is one of the coolest tricks GM pulled in recent years. The Hummer brand was a symbol of gas-guzzling opulence, excess, enormous consumption, and automotive kitsch. However, Hummers, well, most of them, were also recognised for being capable, rugged, and military-grade vehicles that appeal to a wide range of customers. GM realised that if you extract the gas-guzzling aspect of the Hummer brand and add an enormous battery pack and electric motors, you'll instantly transform the public opinion about this still enormous and expensive off-road vehicle. Amazingly, this trick worked perfectly, and people are crazy about the upcoming 2022 GMC Hummer EV. We can totally understand them, since the specs for the 2022 Hummer EV are astounding. It's powered by 3 electric motors and a massive 200 kilowatt-hour battery pack mounted on the floor. The first edition model, which is set to debut in 2022, has 1,000 horsepower rating and a range of 329 miles. However, what's most interesting is the off-road features like the 35-inch all-terrain tyres, skid plates, rock slides, high body clearance, and amazing driving modes. It can even lift itself by 6 inches in special mode using its air suspension. But the most impressive is the newly introduced crab walk mode. Due to the fact that each individual wheel can be controlled separately and that the rear wheel has a steering function as well, the 2022 Hummer EV can move diagonally, which allows the driver to do some things on the trail which are impossible with conventional off-road models. Due to the 1,000 horsepower and all-wheel drive, GMC states that 0 to 60 is done in 3 seconds, which is hypercar quick. Amazingly, all first edition models were sold out in 10 minutes after a release for almost $100,000 apiece. Do you like the style and off-road usability of a 1966 to 1977 Bronco, but you are a dedicated EV driver? Well, no problem. The company called Zero Labs has a solution for you. What about a completely restored but electrified Bronco, which retains all of its original charms and is fitted with modern technology and driving dynamics that are out of this world? In fact, Zero Labs does not just retrofit Broncos with an electric drivechain, it can also provide the customer with a completely new and custom-made EV platform on which the classic body is mounted. They go even further, and if you're looking for the lightest possible package, they can produce a Bronco body made entirely of carbon fiber and save a couple of £100 of curb weight, improving the performance and driving characteristics and range. Prices start from $180,000 and can go much higher by customers' requirements. The lower spec models retain the Dana axles and get reinforced body, restored from the original Bronco with independent front and rear suspension, offering road-holding original Bronco owners could only dream of. There are 2 battery packs on offer, one with 85 and the other with 100 kilowatt-hour capacity, which provides Zero Lab Broncos with a range of up to 235 miles. This little off-roader can turn into a pretty quick street car with an optional 600 horsepower electric motor, performance brakes, and sport suspension. Zero Labs also offers many more unique options in terms of special, custom-built interior, trim pieces, luxury seats, and so on. Even though it is the astronomical price for a classic Bronco, this one represents the best of both worlds. The classic style of legendary Ford's off-roader, and technology and performance of tomorrow's cars. The Bollinger B1 looks like something out of the IKEA catalogue. Its flat panels, exposed bolts and rivets, simple construction, and boxy appearance with minimalistic details are very unique in today's car industry. However, despite looking like somebody's science project, the B1 is a serious piece of machinery, designed to be rugged and versatile as well as really capable off-road. The company wanted to present the utilitarian truck and practical vehicle with removable doors or roof and lots of luggage space. For instance, you can even transport very long objects since the front trunk extends through the cabin. The B1 is therefore an EV for DIY guys who want a Swiss Army knife on 4 wheels and a battery pack. The B1 specs include 2 electric motors in the front and rear with an overall power output of 614 horsepower and 668 pound-feet of torque. This off-roader is powered by a pretty substantial 142 kWh battery pack with a 200-mile range. Bollinger's engineers wanted B1 to be used for towing, so it's equipped with a 2-speed transmission and has 7,500 pounds of tow capacity and 5,000 pounds of payload, which is impressive. But since this is an all-wheel drive vehicle, even more impressive is its off-road skills. With unique chassis, 15 inches of ground clearance and 10 inches of wheel travel, massive inboard brakes and aggressive rubber, the B1 starts to shine where the pavement stops. Another proof that it is built for off-road is the fact that the top speed is limited to 100 miles an hour, but we doubt that this boxy and pretty heavy vehicle could go much higher than that anyway. The hottest name in the EV market at the moment is Rivian. Thanks to substantial investments by Ford and other companies, this Illinois-based company managed to outgrow its startup beginnings and become a full-fledged industry force. Its first production model is the long-awaited Rivian R1T, a full-size, fully electric pickup truck with amazing features and fantastic off-road capabilities. The R1T was designed to offer its owners the best on- and off-road experiences by being practical, usable, and efficient vehicle. The first production models rolled off assembly lines in September 2021, and at the moment, the company is swept with orders. The MSRP for R1T is $67,500, which is fairly high, knowing that the Ford F-150 Lightning and GMC Sierra Denali Electric will be significantly cheaper. The Rivian spec sheet, though, is very interesting, and the R1T has 4 electric motors with a combined output of 800 horsepower and 900 pound-feet of torque. Powered by a 135 or 180 kilowatt-hour battery pack, it has a range of up to 314 miles. However, regarding off-roading capabilities, the R1T excels with special adjustable suspension, which can lower or raise the vehicle and has a ground clearance of 7.9 inches to 14.4 inches. At the same time, special suspension can allow 6.5 inches of wheel travel, which is very useful on the trail. The R1T can also accelerate to 60 miles an hour in 3 seconds and top out at 110 miles an hour. But since this is an off-road truck, we must not forget its towing and payload capacities. With a big cargo bed of 4.5 feet, Rivian R1T can carry up to 1,760 pounds and tow up to 11,000 pounds. Tesla's Cybertruck is probably the most controversial model of the bunch. First, because of its unusual, futuristic and Blade Runner-esque design, which is not by everyone's taste. And second, because of its problematic development and uncertain release date. Elon Musk had the idea of the highly capable all-wheel drive truck back in 2012, but the vehicle was first shown in 2019 in prototype form. The company was optimistic about its debut, but today, 2 years after the announcement, we still don't know when the Cybertruck will be actually available for purchase. Industry experts all agree that Tesla has lost valuable momentum, and some other similar models like the Hummer EV or Rivian R1T had managed to beat it in the race for the customers. However, let's see what Cybertruck has to offer once it finally appears in production form. At the moment, Tesla plans to produce 4 versions of this truck. The base model will have a single electric motor and rear-wheel drive, and the top-spec version will have 4 electric motors and all-wheel drive. There's still no definitive information about the size of the battery pack or the output of the engines, but the company made some pretty lofty claims in terms of performance and range. The entry-level rear-wheel drive model has a range of 250 miles, while the top-spec quad-motor all-wheel drive version has an estimated range of 620 miles. This $89,900 vehicle also has an insane 0 to 60 time of 2.6 seconds, top speed of 140 miles an hour, and an estimated 18,000 pounds towing capacity. Thank you for watching our video, and we hope you've enjoyed our selection of the best electric off-road vehicles. What are your favourites, and do you plan to purchase any of the cars on the list? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below, and like, share and subscribe to our channel for the best and most comprehensive videos regarding the world of battery-powered cars.